Hi, how's it going? My name is Trent Abshire, and today I will be working with macros and completing the assignment in Unit 1 for CPT 321. Um, the first thing that we need to do is record a macro, but before we can do that, I already have my developer tab active, but when you originally open up Word, your developer tab is not active, so you need to go to File, Options, then you need to go to Customize Ribbon and select your developer tab. This will give you access to all of your macros. So then the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to, oops, sorry, I guess I already had one recorded. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to record a macro, and you can assign it to either a quick tab or you can assign it to your keyboard, and I'm going to assign one to my keyboard first. So then my new shortcut key will be Alt-Shift-X, and this will give me access to the macro that I'm going to use. So I'm going to assign that, then close it. So this, whenever I press that button, this macro that I will create is going to do it. And the new macro that I'm going to make is my name is Trent Abshire. So that is my macro. So then I need to stop my recording, and then I have access to this macro. So then I can do it like this, and there we go. Have my macro open. So that's recording the first macro. Next, I will record another macro. And the macro that we want to create is to insert the cursor up to 3 lines, then turn the macro off and test the macro. So what we're going to do is we're going to space out quite a bit so that way we can go back a couple lines. So we'll record a new macro. And this time I'm going to put it onto the tab up here. So my new macro, record it. I'm going to assign it to a button, and then we're going to assign it to a new macro button. So add that there, then click OK. See how it was added up here, and then my new macro will be to go back 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, and then stop my recording. So there we go, that's my new macro, and then all I have to do is click this, and there we go, we went back 3 lines. So we've ran the macro multiple times in different aspects, but we can also pull up macros here, and we can select whatever macro we want. So let's select the one we just created and run it. Oh, sorry, that's the original one I created. So then we pull up macros, the one we just created, and run it. We got new macros. So there we go. Next, we can execute a macro from the Visual Basic editor. So we can pull up our macros, and all we need to do is click Edit to get into the Visual Basic editor. And so let's say we have so this one right here. All you have to do is click F5, and it'll run your macro. So you pull it out, and there we go. Our macro is ran. If we want to try a different one, we can pull it out and then go back to our Visual Basic editor. And then let's do this one. And then let's do, F5. And there we go. We've ran our macro from Visual Basic Editor. So next we want to save. So the next thing that it's asking us to do is delete a macro and then restore a macro. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to save all of our macros in a backup file, so that way we can re-upload it to restore the macro. So the first thing that we got to do is we have to go back to our Visual Basic Editor, and we want to save all of our macros. So we have this set of macros. So we'll export the file, and we'll just export it to desktop in new macros 2 in a backup file. So then we save it, and there we go. We have our backup file right here, new macros 2. So then we pull up our assignments, and then we can go to our macros, and we can delete whatever macros we need to delete. So let's delete these new macros. Delete, and delete, and delete. So we have all of our macros deleted except for one. So then we go back to our macros, we go back to edit, and then we go to our modules here, and we import a file, and we import the new file that we just pulled. Once I find it. We want basic files. There we go. Here we go, new macros 2, open. And now we have all of our macros right here. So there's the macros that we deleted. And now we can run them. So we can exit out of this, and we go back to our macros, and there, we pulled our macros back from our deletion. And then we can run our macros here. So there we go. We have all of our macros restored, and we deleted a macro, we executed a macro from Visual Basic Editor, we ran a macro using the keyboard shortcut and using the tabs. We assigned a macro to the quick access toolbar, and we assigned it to a keyboard shortcut. We recorded 2 different macros, and there we go. We've completed our entire assignment for the Unit 1. Thank you, and have a good day.